Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Today we're going to be checking out the full review of the Realme Watch 2. So this is going to be a quick review of this device here that I've been using for almost 1 week now. And there's a couple of stuff that you must really know before you buy this device right here. Alright, so before we start, I just want to say that the Realme Watch 2 was just launched here in Malaysia for RM229. So it is coming in at a pretty affordable price tag right there. And in the box, basically, you do get the watch itself and the charger, which is right here. So I'll show you that more in a little bit. The key items that Realme is focusing right here is actually the 1.4-inch LCD display, a 12-day battery life, 90 sport modes. There's quite a bit there. You also have live watch phases, your SpO2, and of course, smart IoT control. Alright, so those are the stuff that Realme is putting on the box itself, but let's check out the device itself. So back to that charger, we do have a round shape puck like here. It does feel pretty good, and the way it sticks onto the watch is just fairly simple. So although the watch is in a square face right here, your puck or your battery charger is actually a round shape. Very, very firm right there, so I like that. So I'm going to put that aside right now, and we're going to check out the design of this Realme Watch 2. So first up, again, we have the Dare to Leap. Huge writing on the straps here, but the good news here is that the strap is actually in like fully black, so you can't really see these words here. So I don't know if you like this kind of thing, or if you don't like it, let me know down in the comment section below. Otherwise, the straps are actually fairly comfortable. It is a 22-meter strap, so you can just remove it using these little latches at the back here. So if you don't like the Dare to Leap stuff, just swap out the straps for other straps. Very simple. Alright, so let's take a look at that display right here. We do have a 1.4-inch LCD display, and I purposely chose this wallpaper right here so you can actually see how big the bezels are, just so you can manage your expectations. This is a pretty, not the brightest display that you can get out there because it is just LCD, and this is the kind of size that you can check with the Realme Watch 2. So of course, if you want to get a better looking wallpaper such as this one, for example, we have the black wallpaper right here, so you can't really see the bezels on the watch right here, and to be honest, it just looks much more better with this kind of watch face right here. Alright, so on that note, this is, like I said, an LCD display, so you do not have always on display right here. Apart from that, when the watch is sleeping, you can't actually tap to wake it up. The only way you can wake it is when you raise your wrist or if you press the physical button on the right. So you only have one tiny button here. Everything is made out of plastics, as you can expect from an affordable smartwatch right here, but it does feel pretty good to hold and to feel and all that. So it feels okay. It doesn't feel like a cheap device at all. So nice smartwatch build quality here coming from Realme. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the features in this watch right here. So the UI is actually pretty simple. If you drag down from the top, this is where you get into your notifications, and I love that we do have your app label in a huge caps lock right here, so you can see it very clearly. If you just tap into that, you can see more information with your notification, and I really like the notification here because you can see a lot of text on the watch display right here. So going back, let's just go back right now. If you swipe towards the left, here is where you get a couple of quick settings. So you have your do not disturb mode, you have your brightness. This is a very quick setting that you can just use to adjust your brightness right there. Apart from that, you have your battery saver mode, I'm not really sure about this wrist, but right here, and also you have your settings shortcut right here, so you can get into the settings right away. Alright, so if you just swipe towards the right, this is where you get your widgets. So first up, you have your activity widget, where it just gives you an overview of your steps that you've taken throughout the day and so forth. Note that these widgets are just passive. They do not do anything when you tap them, and you have to go into the app itself to see more information. So if you just continue swiping, this is where you get your heart rate monitor going on. You also have your weather here. Again, you can't go into the app itself, but you can have a quick glance of the weather right here. And the last one right there is actually your music controls. So bear in mind, this watch do not have the capability of storing music. This is just your music controls. Alright, so I'm just going to go back right here and show you guys more stuff. If you swipe up from the bottom, this is where you get into app menu, and you have your activity right here, your heart rate. I did notice that the heart rate was actually quite accurate compared to my blood pressure monitor right there. So the heart rate wise, it's pretty alright. In terms of SpO2, again, this is very standard stuff here. You have that on this Realme watch, but I must note that the SpO2 readings isn't that accurate for my unit right here. I'm seeing like 70% SpO2 readings or even 80%, which is very, very low. But I have my other watches with me, and I've just tested about 5 or 6 different watches. All of them showed up with more than 95%. So I think there might be an issue with my particular unit here with the SpO2 readings. Anyway, do not think of this as a medical device, but just for reference, all right? Okay, let's go down the list. We do have your sleep records right here. If you have your sleep here, you will actually be able to see the amount of time that you were in bed. You can see the time that you were awake. So I like the fact that we can see our sleep information directly from the watch itself. So that's good there. Again, I must highlight that the readings here are not the most accurate. For instance, when I was in bed last night, at one point I did woke up in the middle of the night, but it was not detected by the watch. So just bear in mind, again, these are just references for you to take note of. Alright, so moving back to the list here, we also have our workout modes. Currently, we have 10 in the watch itself right now. So Realme is saying that there will be 90 different sport modes, and that might come in a future update. But for now, this is the kind of activities you have. Very standard stuff, running, your walking, your cycling, basic training stuff, yoga, and more. So bear in mind that this watch does not come with GPS built in. So if you need to take your watch out for runs or something like that, you will need to carry your phone with you to get that GPS reading. So yeah, just bear that in mind. So that's about the sport modes there. If you did a workout, obviously you will see that in your workout records. You have your alarms, your weather. So in this weather app right here, you can scroll down, and here you can see more of the entire week kind of like weather report right there. So you can see more information in the app, like I said just now. If we go down the list, we also have our stopwatch. You have your timer and your music control. You also have your camera remote. Yes, so if you're going to take photos, like you can always just use this button right here to take use it as like a camera remote. You also have your brief exercises right here, and you find your phone, and that's pretty much it. What's kind of missing here is your stress tracking, so that's not available on the Realme Watch 2, but you do get all the other items that I just showed you earlier on. Alright, so one thing I need to praise Realme here is that the refresh rate on the display seems to be pretty good. Take note of these scrolling speeds, guys. It is very smooth here, and to be honest, it's even better than some of the Amazfit smartwatches that are more expensive than this little guy right here. So I'm very impressed with the kind of smoothness that we're getting with the UI right here. Everything is just fluid smooth. It's just like a 60 Hz refresh rate on your cell phone or your smartphone for that matter. Apart from that, it does come with a vibration motor, which you can choose to go like stronger or lighter depending on your preference. So that's what you can do in the settings. So on that note, let me just show you what we do have in settings right here. So for your watch faces, you can naturally get more watch faces from the Realme Link app itself. For your display, this is where you have your race to wake, your screen timeout times. One thing about that race to wake though is sometimes it doesn't really detect my movements on my wrist. So hopefully that will also be fixed in a software update. Moving down, you also have your fitness notifications. So what this means is you can turn on the kind of fitness notifications or reminders if you want from the settings itself. So there's quite a few stuff here actually that you might want to check out. Apart from that, your do not disturb, your battery. Yep, you can actually see your last time since you fully charge it. And yeah, that's pretty much what's in the watch itself. Apart from that, one more thing that I need to point out is that the heart rate monitoring here is only being done at 5 minutes intervals. So unlike other fitness trackers where it's like minimum 1 minute or something, the lowest you can go with the Realme Watch 2 is actually 5 minutes. Alright, so back to the watch. For RM229, is this something that you should buy, or you should consider, or you should just skip? In my opinion, this is something that you should actually consider. This is actually a pretty good device right here coming in at that price. I do notice the few software bugs that I did mention earlier on with the Realme Watch 2, and I really hope that will be fixed in a software update because that can be fixed. But otherwise, it is a very solid device right here coming in at that price of just RM229. Alright guys, let me know what you think about this Realme Watch 2. Is this something that you are considering, or you want to buy? Let me know now in the comment section below. And if you like this honest review, don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.